Hello guys, in this session we'll be seeing how to create a basic chatbot using the IBM Cloud Services. So let's get started here. So what is a chatbot? A chatbot is an application which is used to conduct online chats um, either using text communication or text to speech communication, that is in place of human beings. We knowingly or unknowingly use chatbots in our everyday lives, say right from ordering a pizza or to get relevant information from the internet, etc. etc. So, how this works? We'll be creating our IBM Cloud account and then create a customer care dialog skill in Watson Assistant. So Watson Assistant, Watson Discovery, Node-RED are all software services that is available in IBM Cloud Services. We'll first create Watson Assistant instance, that is dialog skill, and then we'll use Smart Document Understanding, which is provided by Watson Discovery collection to make the system learn our document so that it can answer the questions or queries posted by the users. Next, we'll try to create an IBM Cloud Function web action which is used by the Watson Assistant to post queries to Watson Discovery. That is, if there is a basic query, it can be answered by the Watson Assistant. Say example, a general greeting or general ending, etc. So what if the query is much more complex than a basic greeting? Then that query will be posted to Watson Discovery. So in order to link Watson Assistant and Discovery, Cloud Functions are used. Lastly, we'll be building a web application in Node-RED services in order to create a UI where all these things can be put together and be deployed on the same IBM Cloud platform. Talking about IBM Cloud Services, in order to use these services, we must have an IBM Cloud account. If you don't have one, just click on create an account. You will be asked to provide some basic information like email, password, followed by verification of your email and then personal information. Once you are done, click on create account and a free account will be created for you. I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in into my account now. So either you log into your old account or create a new one. You'll be prompted to the first page, dashboard page. Here you can find all your resources. So we will start by creating our Watson Assistant instance. Go to the search bar above and type Assistant. Just click on the Watson Assistant option there. So now if you don't have an instance, you will be prompted to this page where you can create your first instance. If you are using a light plan, you can only have one instance. I already have one, so I'm not going to create a new one now. Give a region, select the plan. If you are just a basic user, just use light plan. It is free of cost. And then followed by the service name. You can just leave the default name there or give your own name, it's your wish. And then click on the create button. You will be done creating a Watson instance now. Once you are done creating, you can find the service in resources list. Under the services tab, you can see all the services which we have created. I have already created my Watson Assistant instance. Click on that instance. And then launch Watson Assistant. Here you can see two tabs in the left corner, Assistants and Skills. Assistants are the ones that will be communicating with your UI, and skills are used to filter and process the queries. If you don't have one, a default assistant will be created upon new instance. You can just use that, or or you can click on create instance and create your own assistant. Once you are done creating an assistant, you need a skill in order to connect with the assistant. Go to the skills tab, create skill, and then go with dialog skill. Search skill is for plus plan. If you are using a free plan, just click on dialog skill and then next. You will be asked to enter the same information. Name, description is an optional one, and then create dialog skill. You can, if you have a JSON file that is skill already created or you have downloaded from internet, you can just import the skill from your system. So I'll explain now about my assistant which I have created. It is a COVID-19 bot which is used to answer basic queries about the current coronavirus pandemic. Click on the assistant. You can see that I have created a skill, my first skill, and linked with the assistant COVID-19 bot. So what the skill does is that you have three options here: intents, entities, dialogues, which are part of your skill. Intents are the queries that are posted by the user, that is possible questions or queries that a user can ask, followed by entities. Entities are nothing but keywords which are identified from the intents, that is say what is novel coronavirus. Here our entity would be coronavirus. In intents, you can either import basic intent from the content catalog. Here you will have it listed down here. Just add to the skill and you will be done. Talking about entities, you can create entity by clicking on the create entity button and then type the entity name and then create entity. Once you are done, you can give the synonyms of your entity. Say example, I have created an entity called coronavirus and given the synonyms as COVID, COVID-19, coronaviruses, COVID-19 again, etc. This way, if a query is asked in a different way, say example, what is coronavirus? And then you are prompted with an answer, and then you ask the same question, what is COVID-19? You will be provided with the same answer, since coronavirus and COVID-19 both are the same. So that is the purpose of your entities there. Thirdly, the dialogue. Dialogue is where we create the chatbot flow in the form of trees, starting with welcome message, followed by general greetings, then the actual information, followed by general ending. And if there is any error or if the bot cannot understand your question, you will be prompted with an error message. So this is how the dialogue works. You can either create a node, delete a node, alter a node, you can do anything. Just click on the three dots there and then you can add nodes above or below. Say example, if I click add node below, I should be entering the node name. Say example, coronavirus time period. Then this node will answer if the assistant recognizes condition. You can give the condition either in the form of intents or entities or context variables. I'm going to go with intents. Select hash and you will be listed with some example intents. So I'll select, since I have already imported intents there, I am being listed here. Example, so just select one randomly. And then you can either give your response as text or image or any other option. I'll just type something. If the question is a basic one and if there is a reply present already in assistant, the text whatever you give here in the text box will be used in the chatbot to reply to the user. Else, if you don't give one here, and if you are linking it to the Watson discovery using webhooks, answer will be taken from discovery and then reply to the user. So this is how it works. Once you are done here, you can always try out how this works. Click on the try tab in top right corner. You can see a bot template there. Just type hello. You can see that the hello message has been identified as a general greetings intent, and it is being replied with a message whatever I gave there. Hello, welcome to Coronavirus Information Center. How can we help you? So this is how it works. This is just a try out tab. In order to create one just like this, that is where we use our Node-RED application, which we'll be seeing in the end of this session. When I talked about webhooks, this is how you enable webhooks. Click on Options tab there. You can see webhooks. To link it, you must provide an URL. URL you need to take it from Cloud Functions. I'll be telling that to you. So how to link your assistant and skill is that while you are creating a new assistant, you will be asked to provide a skill. You can just click on add dialog skill and then click on whatever skill you want to link with your assistant. That's it. Next, we'll see how to create Watson Discovery Service. Go to the search tab there and type Discovery. And then select the Discovery Service there. If you don't have an instance already, you can create by giving the same information: region, type of plan, and then service name. Service name you can leave the default name there or give your own name, and then click on create tab. I already have one, so I'm just gonna go with that. You can, once you are done creating the instance, you can see that it is listed under the services tab. Click on your instance. And then select launch Watson Discovery. You can find that whatever instance you created is being connected here. You can start by uploading your own data. Before that, you have to create your own collection. Give a collection name and then select create, and then you will be asked to upload your own data. The data can be of any format: PDF, text, Word, etc. etc. Once you're done uploading, you can just log into that account collection and you can see these details here. When you newly upload a data, you won't be seeing this. It will be listed as only one document here since you have not configured your document yet. In order to configure your document, select on the configure data in top right corner, and you can see three fields there: identify fields, manage fields, and enrich fields. We'll first go with identification of our fields and then followed by management of our fields. In identification of our fields, we'll be segregating our data into various sub levels. Say example, in this page, I have segregated my data into title, subtitle, the unwanted text as footer content, and then subtitle followed by text here. How to do this? Just in right side you can see many fields there. Just select one and then drag the content you want to change. You can see that it is being changed into whatever type I have selected. Once you are done, click on submit page, and then your next page will be loaded. Once you can see that after a few pages, say 10 pages of training, the instance will learn on itself, and you can see that the page is being separated on its own. So the Watson Discovery is learning on its own. Once you are done with the whole document, just select on apply changes to collection. You will be asked to upload a document again. Make sure you upload the same document so that the discovery will learn on its own. Once you are done, then it will take a while for our data to be processed. After a while, you can see that you are being prompted to the dashboard. Click on configure data and go to manage fields. In this field, you can see that some of the tabs are disabled here. This is used to separate our document into subdocuments. I have segregated my documents based on subtitle and text, meaning that only subtitle and text will be used to send replies back to the assistant. You can split the document based on any of your fields there. I have splitted my documents based on subtitles. Once you are done and give apply changes to collection. You can see that it is asking you to upload the document again. Make sure to upload the same document, and after a while your document will be segregated into many sub documents. My document, single document, has been separated into 31 small sub documents. Once you are done here, the next step would be to link this and your Node-RED application. In order to link that, we'll be needing four information from this page. Next to configure data, you can find view API details. Click on that, you can see the collection ID, configuration ID and environment ID. Those are used to link. And in the front page, you can see the API key and URL. You will be requiring to provide these details too. Make sure you have the details in hand. Once your document is being trained, you can check if the training is successful. Just click on the search tab here and then search for documents. Give an example, what is coronavirus, and then run query. You can see that some of the information is listed in here. This is the kind of information that will be listed before configuring your data. So after configuring your data, something like this will be listed. That is your original answer. This is how it works. Our next step would be to create functions. Go to the search tab again and type functions and select the functions app there. And then go to actions tab. And click on create, and then select action again and give relevant information there. Just give the action name and don't change anything else. I have already created a function here. So once you are done creating, you can see 4 tabs in left: code, parameters, runtime and endpoints. Code is where you will be giving your actual code to link your function action with assistant and discovery. And you'll be using the parameters in order to give the values of those parameters. They're like API key, URL, collection ID, environment ID, etc. So make sure you use the same name here and in the parameters tab there. Example, if I'm going to use URL, I'll be giving the same name in parameters tab under parameter name URL, and parameter value for this will be received from your discovery page. Whatever I showed in that tab there in the front dashboard, just copy that and paste it here, and make sure you paste all the values within double quotes, else you will be receiving error message. Once you are done, after giving each parameter name and value, make sure you save it, else it won't be listed the next time you re-enter the tab. So after giving the parameters, go to endpoints and enable this part, enable as web action. Only then you will be able to receive all your outputs in the form of HTTP. So talking about the code, I have enabled Watson discovery here, followed by checking for IAM API key. Only if the IAM API key or the username and password are validated, it will be followed by receiving your data. If the data is present, the resolved data will be returned, else an error message will be returned. This is how it works. The older version uses username and password, and new version uses API key. So I have provided both options here. So once you are done, select invoke. You can see that the code is being deployed and the result is successful. Once you are done, the discovery function action has been created successfully. Our last step would be to create our UI, that is Node-RED services. When you type Node-RED, you will be prompted with Node-RED apps and many other options. Just click on Node-RED app. You can just select create and provide the same details, and then make sure you give the same region in all your services when creating, else you will be prompted with an error. Once you are done creating, your service will be created and you can see that it is being listed in your resources list tab under Cloud Foundry apps. Just click on the app there. If your app has been created successfully, you can see that it is running. If not, it will be in some other action. Make sure your app is running successfully. Click on visit app URL. You will be prompted to the Node-RED dashboard. Select go to your Node-RED flow editor. When you are entering first, you will be asked to provide username and password. Make sure you save them. So this is how the Node-RED dashboard will look like. You will have many widgets in the left corner which you can use. No need to write any codes. Just drag and drop any widget and you are good to go. So this is how my application looks like. The user enters his queries in a form, and then the query is processed using a function widget. Once you drag and drop a widget, you can see there is a blue dot above it. That is because it is not been deployed properly. Double click on that, you will be asked to enter a name and then followed by some other data. Since this is a function widget, it is requiring us to create a function. Just click on done once you are finished. You can give connections to other widgets too. If it is a unidirectional, you can see that the connection is only on one side. Else, you can see the connection is on both the sides of the widget. So this is how the widgets work. Whatever the user prompts in the chatbot, the same is printed and then it is then forwarded to the assistant. The assistant then processes all our queries and then returns us with an reply. In order for the assistant to process our information, we need to provide the API key, service endpoint, and workspace ID. All these are available in the Watson Assistant node here. In Assistance tab, click on the three dots on the right side and select View API Details. You can find the skill name, skill ID, API key, etc., which you will be, and the workspace URL, which you will be providing in the Node-RED here. Once you are done, make sure you disable Save Context, else your previous query will be overlapped with the next query. Then select Done. Once you have configured everything, select on Deploy. And to see our actual UI, select the graph symbol there and then the arrow symbol present right below it. You will be prompted to the UI page which you have just created. You can see that I have created a form here which asks the user for input, and whatever the query is posted there is prompted above as the user query and the reply is posted in the right side. So let me start with a hello message here. If I give hello and then select submit, the chatbot replies with hello, welcome to coronavirus, etc. information, and then followed by a new question. Say what is coronavirus, then submit. The old query is being replaced by the new one and the chatbot replies with the actual message here. When we were talking about assistance and skills, I told you about entities, that is the synonyms or keywords which will be retrieved from the query. I'll tell how that works. In place of coronavirus, let me type COVID-19 and then select submit. You can see that the user query has changed, but the chatbot reply remains the same. That is because both coronavirus and COVID-19 means the same thing. So the same reply remains and it is not changed. Once you are done, if I say bye, then submit, it replies with okay, see you later. That is the general ending message. So this is how a basic chatbot can be created. Please refer my other videos to learn how to create assistant, discovery and other services from scratch. Thank you.